Oh, hello there, the internet. What? You don't need any introduction music. You don't need any bluff and bluster. Actually, we kind of do. We'll get back to those.
Bluff and bluster.
Yeah. It's a great night. It's in the, well, howdy from the past. We're
Yeah.
like a book that talks.
Can we open the show with that line? Howdy from the past. We're like a book that talks. Welcome to Great Night.
Yeah, welcome to Great Night.
That's poetic. I love that.
Man,
Howdy from the past. We're like a book that talks. Welcome to Great Night.
I'm in Hawk.
I'm Brian Brushwood.
I'm Justin Robert Young. I'm in Hawk with the audience because I'm a few days behind in posting the Bones. So after this, I got to do Bones.
Yeah.
The video got posted from 2 weeks ago, and then but apparently I blanked on the audio, and then both the audio and video will be posted tonight
Because you've been in crypto mining mode.
Yeah, man. We'll find it. We'll see. We'll see. There's part of me that
It's not really crypto. That was a metaphor.
yeah, but I mean, whatever. I mean, people are buying up.
You've been
assets.
uploading a lot of video.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll leave it there.
Yep. That's right. And I've relearned. You know what? Some people
He's a
pay money.
super seed on Grokster.
There we go. Yeah.
That's what he is. Brian has very recently found out that he can be popular by uploading commercially edited out Seinfeld episodes.
Let's just say this. You know how you hear that 20% of all humans have the DNA of Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
A lot of Brian DNA gonna be in the future.
Yeah.
A lot of, which I guess
On Grokster.
On Grokster. This is good. This is a good metaphor all around.
It is a good one.
I got, how some people pay money to go to fantasy baseball camp. I paid no money. Well, actually, I paid a lot of money to spend a week of regional IT manager camp.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever wondered what it's like to manage a team of people relating to network issues, and deliverables, and that's fine. Why don't I come grab that drive? I think Eddie
a lot of
over
back
in
and
sales.
forth to Best Buy.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of packaging left around because Brian has just gone to Best Buy, bought a thing, ripped open the packaging, and plugged it into a thing that he needs.
Yep.
But yeah, so you've been doing that, and then we're recording this early. We're recording this on Sunday night because I got to be out of town this week. I already went out of town once this weekend, out of town this week, and then back out of town at the end of the week.
You have
busy beaver.
Yeah. Wait,
I'm
we
building a dam?
I was about to say, yeah. Damn, beaver. Yeah. So, welcome to the delegate. Last week it was the Pope. This week it's all our projects. So many projects.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I can't talk about why I'm leaving. Yeah.
Anyway,
I can talk about what's happening. So I just got back from the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Wait,
that happened.
Is that the one where they make everyone laugh?
They used to.
and then
well, they didn't do a comedian this year.
What do they do?
Why historian.
On earth? Okay, you want to make a play? You get Dan Carlin up there.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
No,
there's somebody a lot more boring.
Oh.
The spirit of the First Amendment.
The thing you have to understand about the thing you have to understand about Donald Trump is where I was when he became the president. A friend of mine, a magician, scoundrel, creator of Scam School, Brian Brushwood, called me and said, "Come on my friend's politics podcast.
Live stream.
And I looked at my bottle of wine, and I must tell you, dear listeners, I thought perhaps I hang up and run away. But no, I was there. And thus, God King the musical was born.
Yeah, so a bunch of people went to the actual White House Correspondents Association dinner, but the Substack party was where the action was. Like, it was fucking popping, dude.
I'll bet.
Like, it was assholes to elbows, and like, I'll put it this way. I'm at a party thrown by Substack
This
where
was
they
last night.
last night, where they have
Holy shit.
invited me to come and celebrate the First Amendment with Substack. And I had to like explain what Substack was to like everybody I met because it was just
At
the
the
popular
Substack
party.
Party.
Yeah. Because it is the mainstream, but they don't know. Everybody in DC is so status obsessed that they're just like, no, where's the heat? Like if it were,
But the heat was there.
Oh, it was-
that night.
yes, no, it was.
Did you see some
sizzling.
famous names that you can't mention? Welcome to things we can't talk about.
No, I think, I mean, everybody, I don't know if there's anybody secret there. Apparently Meghan McCain was there, but I didn't see her.
You know, Cargill's good friend,
Cargill's good friend.
good personal friend.
And then a bunch of Substack people, Michael Tracy, Warren Rojas, and Tom LoBianco, 24 Site. Some people that I've been on the show a bunch. Like, so there's somebody that's on the show a lot, wrote a book called Modern Political Campaigns. His name is Michael Cohen. He is not the Michael Cohen that used to be Donald Trump's fixer until he turned against him and now is like a professional anti-Trump guy that went to jail for fraud.
Also,
His name is Michael Cohen.
Okay.
So I'm hanging out with my friend Michael Cohen, and next thing you know, we look across the way there, and we're like, "Holy shit, that's the other Michael Cohen!"
No way.
And so we went up there and got a picture with Michael Cohen and Michael Cohen.
Oh, yeah, you
It
did.
was nice.
Yeah. Did they already know each other?
No,
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I mean he obviously was well aware of him, and then he's like, my friend Michael Cohen goes up to him and he goes, "Hey man, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Michael Cohen." And he's like, "Oh, like, are you the writer?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm sorry for your Twitter mention."
That's great, man.
Yeah, so that was fun. Taylor Lorenz was running around. Sean Spicer.
Yeah. I figured
DC
he'd be
people. DC people. But yeah, it was fine. It was good. I don't know if it was worth doing the Kessel run all the way up to DC. But also, it's like it's better that I'm there. I got to re-plug in with all the Substack people, so that was nice.
So I used to, man, age and wisdom is a weird cat because, like, I used to think how crazy that I just showed up and then this opportunity was there. And now I understand survivorship bias, and I'm like, you got the gig because you showed up. And then meanwhile, like, had a couple of folks. First was the phone call. Hey, I don't even know if you remember, but we met at Magic Live, and you said just come on out. And you had this studio, and you were shooting scam sessions and stuff. You probably don't remember. I'm like, yeah, no. I was like, well, I don't even know if you meant it. I was like, totally meant it. And then he's like, well, I mean, I'm in town to visit my brother, and we've got a whole day off. I was like, come on out, it'll be great.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what do you want me to? I'm like, whatever you want. Like I am, and I gave him my whole pitch of like, in an age of polish, I'm betting hard on authenticity.
Yeah.
Like we're not going to have a firm starting. We'll do the ritual of starting, but I'll probably just bring us in the middle of a laugh or something. And then, whenever, and we're gonna dance around until somebody gets actually amazed, and then that'll be the moment. And so he comes out and we do it, and you could tell he was a little bit nervous at first, but then he had a taste of it, and I was like, you know what? To be honest, that's all I need. That's great. And he's like, well, we could do another. I was like, sure, why not? And so we ended up doing like 4 or whatever.
Awesome.
And then on the way out, he was like, hey, all these young, talented people who show up, how do you find them? I'm like, they show up.
Yeah.
And showing up is more important than being good.
Yeah.
And then looking back, I realized how much that happened to me. So anyway, that was a long way to say, at the end of the day, doesn't matter if you did not meet a million people. It doesn't matter if you cannot directly connect the thread. You showed up, and everybody will half remember it.
I think, and also it's like it was just crazy to be there. It was crazy to like look at like that. DC is a very, again, status obsessed town, and like all the clips from the White House Correspondents Association was like, all right, this is a private club for people that cover the White House. It's not glittery. It's not sexy. It's not fun. Where I was was glittery and sexy and fun, and everybody was having a great time. And it's like, oh, okay, so this is now Deadwood. The trains came in from New York to Deadwood, and
the Pinkertons are next.
the Pinkertons are there. I'm glad I've got my I'm still on the corner of Main Street. Like, I got great real estate, but I just know the high rises are coming to the left and the right of me, and and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I was about to say
it.
the difference is unlike Al Swearingen. I think you're okay with becoming the mayor.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's nice to kind of be a part of a scene.
Yeah.
And that was the cool part about it. But holy shit, dude. Fucking there were days in my 20s and even in my 30s, like, you know, some of those South by stretches where it was just like, wake up, get up, you're rocking and rolling, you're ripping, like drinking from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon until like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you wake up the next day and you do it, and I'm like, dude, I pulled the pro move of the airport hotel, because you have like the different sides of it, right? It's like flew into Dulles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about, for folks who have not been to DC, about a 35-minute with no traffic, more likely 45-minute depending, trip from downtown DC to Dulles. So you have the choice: do you stay at the Dulles airport or the Dulles hotel?
Mm-hmm.
And so that means that when you leave, you're gone for the day, or do you get a hotel in DC? But it means that in the morning, especially for my morning flight, I got to be up earlier because I got to get the trip out there. So I did the Dulles hotel and like barely fucking made. I got like to final boarding for my flight this morning.
Did you? Oh, because and it was I assume first flight out.
First direct flight out. Yeah.
Direct or nonstop? Nonstop.
Yeah.
Are you still flying Southwest?
I didn't this time, just because.
Why?
Well, I mean, number one, the price differential ain't what it used to be. Southwest is fucking expensive now.
I'll still fly them, but really just like if I'm going in a hotel, I'll be annoyed if it's small, but if it's like my office, like I'll sit in a cramped office that is deeply, deeply familiar to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, so I did United out to DC. I'm doing United out to SFO just because it was the times actually just kind of worked better. And then I'm doing Southwest to Indy on Thursday. But yeah, man, fucking, it's hard, dude. No energy. Because I knew like last night I'm going to sleep and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do like 2 PX3s on Sunday, and I knew we had to do Great Night because, like, you got to make the donuts in this game.
Yeah,
people gotta get their shit.
Yeah,
they gotta know what's going on. They gotta get fed.
How are they gonna know? How are they gonna? I do take comfort in seeing the steady heartbeat of knowing you and knowing your schedule. Like, for a lot of folks, it's like, oh, another email showed up, but like, it's neat to know exactly where you are when you're setting off your Substack email, to know your habit and routine, and be like, oh yeah, and I look at my watch, I'm like, yeah, oh, okay. It's kind of like when I was a spectator to the Wordle group chat.
Yes.
And then I noticed, like, oh, somebody got up late today. Oh,
yeah.
Well, I guess they were out partying last night. It's like now there's another vector where I obliquely, like the way scientists can't study a quark directly, but have to smash atoms and intuit what that means at the subatomic level. That that universally approachable metaphor.
Christ. I was telling that to Bella this morning. Everybody knows that old canard. The quark and the atom. The gold. It's an old quark atom. The way that
which came first,
the quark
the
or
atom or the quark?
Yeah. Subatomic.
Yep.
Subatomic, dog.
Yeah.
We all know that one.
Yippee-yo, yippee-yay.
Subatomic metaphor. Come in. Ba-ba-ba-da. Everybody knows what you meant.
I don't know though. Like part of me is giving up on trying to talk human because because I mean
I'm just giving up trying to connect.
I don't know though, but it's like
You've
think about
become one with the machinery.
Think
You
about-
spent the last week tangled in Cat 5 cables, and you're like, I want to live with you now.
You get
These
all my
people-
references.
these people, they have
Darmok
mistreated
and
Brian.
Tanagra.
You know, it's like how on a subatomic level you have to quark it before you mork it.
Well, specifically, I think about
The
how
router glows. Subtitles, great one, Brian.
Dennis
I love
Miller,
you, router.
Dennis Miller would, he was unapologetic in all the references he would drop. If you didn't know, I think about your example that you said, Clinton said she wouldn't play the race card, but when Obama came out, she was like Ricky Jay making it rain.
Making it rain,
And it's-
popping.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't know. There are worse things than to be Dennis Miller, at least.
I mean, that's high praise for yourself.
Yeah.
So say
Well,
you're Dennis Miller.
To aspire to be, to talk like him. On the inverse, we have friends at 3-letter agencies who, bless their hearts, like you ask interesting questions and you can see them scanning. What can I say? What can I say? Yeah. And that filter, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's draining.
Yeah. What do you? It's not a filter for you. Do you think? Is it you like trying to make what you're saying more palatable, but it tends to come in the sometimes too thick candy coating of the metaphor?
Well, and it used to be that when I was younger, because I'd only been fed so many references, and they were all recent references because I was young, that I could do that all the time and everybody got what I was talking about. And it's quite simply just existing out of phase with everyone. Or with my kids, basically, right?
So when you're like making a reference to something and they have no idea and they're like, what?
Exactly.
And you're like, it's subatomic, sweetheart.
Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah, it's
we're
like a
literally describing the plot to Darmok. Did you ever see that Star Trek?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's the other thing is now I have to do the.
Do you know Darmok,
Yeah.
Jalad, and
Although-
Tanagra?
I unironically recently have started to say like, do you speak to Star Trek? Like just refer to it like a dialect.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so anyway, this dude's total Barkley from season 2 or whatever. And then-
Yeah.
I know Barkley wasn't in season 2.
Power forward. Auburn.
But I don't know. I suspect there'll be more of that coming up.
More of what?
Highly fragmented pockets where people don't have to, like, you can write an email with all of your idioms and you can press a magic button to make it
That
universal.
is the problem that we are going to continually face is that for people that largely talk in movie references or talk in references to various different subgroups, they're now so spread out, and there's enough utility that you can talk like that within that certain subgroup, but it's also easier than ever to venture outside of it, not realize that you've gone beyond the boundaries, and now nobody has any idea what the Montreal screw drop was.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh my God, my Jamaican accent is so thick. I might as well not be speaking in the same language.
Yeah.
That's interesting. When
I would love if you in your head ever think that somebody giving you the blank face for a metaphor in your head, it's the exact same thing as you saying like, oh man.
And I'm like, oh,
Darmok and Tanagra, man.
Cockney rhyming slang or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, one of my new favorite Twitter followers is this person who I assume she's a self-identified lesbian, but all she does is post obsessively about Robert Kennedy Sr. and Lyndon Baines Johnson
Okay.
in hyper-graphic sexual terms.
Oh, okay. Why?
Don't know.
Okay.
Just one of those little quirks of the internet where, it'll just be a lot of like, oh, they were secretly gay. Like, just a graphic sexual content of like fan fiction for Robert Kennedy
now,
Jr.
Does she?
No, Robert Kennedy.
Does she have like some other public-facing identity, or just on Twitter? That's her jam.
Her Manic Nixon Dream Girl.
Yeah.
Is her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's her.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Shouts out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is X fun yet?
I've always had a fun time. I don't know. Everybody's got like their own relationship with it.
Yeah.
Because it's a message board. Like anybody who ever thought that it was always poorly put together as like a public square or something like that. Like it's a message board like any other message board. And sometimes you really like the top posters and sometimes you don't like the top posters. And, now the top posters are the guy who runs the site and people that he likes.
Yeah.
And
But like, I don't know why the For You tab is like the look on this horse before it's shot in the head, a thread. And then, or it's just like this little girl.
I never fuck with that because also we never really had it before.
I know, but it's the first thing that pops up on everything. It's like, you must like this. And I'm like,
yeah, but then like, I don't know. But sometimes I'll see that and I'll be like, I don't fucking follow these people. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm on the other tab.
I'm on the dumb
Switch.
one. Right. Where it's like,
Switch to me.
and they actively, like, all I want to do is see my mentions. Like, does anyone have a question? Not today. God bless. Although I may, if there's money and content, like you've got me interested in the shorts. Turns out I have a few shorts and I know which ones are quite good.
I will say I've spent a lot of time on X's video recommendation.
Yeah.
Their waterfall video thing has captivated me for more than I would like it to.
Now
I get the fat N-words.
Yep.
I get all because also it's like it is new stuff. So it's like it was
fresh memes.
Mm-hmm. And so it's like this weekend it was all about the NFL draft, and there was like this subplot about the NFL draft, and it was like all the latest shit that's happening. Like right now, there's a bunch of basketball and hockey games that are going on. I'm gonna probably just get a lot of highlights from that because that's the kind of shit that's being posted on my timeline right now. And then every once in a while, the fat N-words. What are these fat N-words gonna get into now, man? They're in Antarctica.
Hey, what's up with
Snoop Dogg met the fat N-words.
Oh wait, like AI Snoop Dogg? Or,
Yeah, but it was his voice. He did like
he
a
did.
thing.
He did. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
What's
It was like Laurel and Hardy meeting Frankenstein. It was amazing.
Yep.
What a crazy time.
Or the Scooby-Doo gang, just every week another famous person for that run.
Phyllis Diller.
Batman. 2 famous people.
I'm Batman. Remember when Archie met the Punisher? Remember that crossover comic?
No, but I do remember G.I. Joe meeting the Transformers.
Yeah, but that one makes sense.
Well, that was the first one that broke my world. Like, wait a minute. How did G.I. Joe go all this time never mentioning? And of course, there are robots that transform into cars.
I mean, they're dealing with a lot of shit. They're dealing with the Cobra, like, Cobra Commander's like, he's a handful.
Yeah.
The Vipers out there?
Did you start watching Andor yet?
No.
So, okay, this I guess in public you can't say rape. Is that a thing? Like
you can't say rape.
Yeah, well, so
of all the words that you're not going to metaphorize.
Well, I realized like I was going to accuse them of cowardice, and I was like, well, stand by your convictions. And it's like I think what happened is in order to get around content filters,
a rape plot in the Andor,
and it's in the first 1 minute is she has a bad dream of the guy who tortured her. So
Gotcha.
it's implied, whatever. She got mind raped. I have no idea the details.
Mind raped.
Well, I mean, we saw that in season 1.
Yeah.
They're like, listen to this alien song that's so terrible.
Yeah.
It's like a new diss track for humans.
Mm-hmm.
You're the fish now. And Paul Mattingly is coming for you. So the on Twitter, somebody posted and used the word grape, and I'm like, and I understood instantly what happened is that structurally, that's how people got around content filters on YouTube in polite society, like in order to combat, I will blank, whatever. They just use substitute words like
it's also
a
reach
pew.
stuff. Since everything is algorithmically searched and transcribed, that's why you'll see people saying like unalived and everything, because it, like in a TikTok world, those words will not be spread as much as other words. And so that's why people will go out of their way to like not say the bad things, because they want to hit the For You page.
Yeah. Well, and yes. Oh, I didn't think. Okay, so I thought about the negative incentives, but as a positive incentive, that makes sense as well. But I was really
the person that says grape, that make sure that in their transcript it says grape.
Yeah.
Right. They are going to be rewarded in the way that the person that doesn't won't.
Well, and in so doing, the language gets shaped, the potency of the word, like it has actual negative consequences that it didn't have before. And as a result, it is transgressive to say it, which amazingly was exactly called by, and I don't know the author's name, but the book was called The Host, and the main character was named Walty Kuiper. Somebody can look it up. But basically, there's the elite society, and then there's the filthy underworld. But occasionally, you could make a buck in the filthy underworld by renting out your body so that one of the elites could take charge. You would be locked in and just watch your body do
God knows what.
Exactly, for so that the elite can enjoy themselves and then back. But throughout, he sets up in casual conversation, like fuck as a good word, like, oh, nice apartment, very fuckable. And then later distinguishes, like, they say, what the raping Christ or whatever. And they're like, whoa, why you got to talk like that? And so like, basically at the time, rape was something you said on the news right next to anal sex because of the HIV crisis and stuff. But he said, no, rape is a bad thing. So it should be a bad word that you don't say in polite society. And fuck is a good thing. That's Congress between a man and a woman who like each other very much. So that's a good thing. And you should say it all the time. And I'll be fucked if that isn't how it turned out.
Yeah, I think sometimes people can just say rape in a way that is not clinical. It's very easy to sound like you're too into it.
Yeah. Or maybe you just judge. You don't even want to be. Are you ready for the rape challenge?
Yeah,
where you say the word rape.
It's like, all right, I'm a news reader. Tragedy on Broadway as as a man was raped during 4th of July festivities. That was supposed to be the serious one.
I have so many questions about this.
Because that was the control. Because then the experimental one is that like tragedy on Broadway as a man was raped. You can't roll your R's on rape because otherwise people think you're into it. It's a bad idea.
Yeah. You know what?
You're not, though.
Talk about a boner killer. Like you're in some kind of like transgressive role play, and you're like, I want you to rape me. And it's like, oh man, that's
like,
not.
who let the Pink Panther into the fucking
Yeah, so somebody's into like dominant S&M role
the
play,
BDSM.
and then they're like, you gotta listen. I really like you. We get along great. The sex is almost wonderful. Your body's smoking. Just when I'm like dominating you, if you could not say,
roll your R's.
yeah. Oh, you're raping me. That was like when there was one time
Like
that
Tony the Tiger.
it's
Tony the Tiger's a power bottom.
it's all the
Strong
iron.
quads. Strong quads.
Oh man. Yeah, there was like
That was mean what we just did to just go just because we just made everybody say it in their own head.
Oh, I know.
Table side, bad words.
But to me, the metagame was more interesting where I was like, do we both have it?
Nope.
We do.
Yeah. Oh, we have the same idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, totally.
Nature and nurture. Why not both?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There was one assistant that worked for CJ who was, very early 20s.
For the love of God, where's this going?
And the story was she was complaining.
Oh, no.
No,
Please tell me it's going in a good place.
It is.
Okay.
She was dating somebody, and they decided to make a sex tape.
Oh, my God.
And he complained that she ruined it because while he didn't know at the time, but the VHS recorder was going, he's doing her doggy style and she's mugging at the camera going like, so good. Wow. And then giving a grin and a thumbs up. And she legitimately no, it was really good sex. He was like, no, I wanted it to be hot.
So he was mad about it?
Yeah.
So much so that he brought it up as like a work thing.
No.
She brought it up.
She just found it interesting. Like, well, apparently I fucked up a sex tape.
Because he was mugging.
Yeah.
I kind of really want to see that sex tape.
I kind of do too.
I just want to know where the line is. Like when he's watching it, like if she's like, oh, so good. It's like, okay, into that.
And then it's like, wow, this is great.
It's like, wowzers. And then she's like doing like the crazy. Like,
you're so smashing my atoms.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like all that fucking crossed-eye. I don't understand the crossed-eye blowjobs, man.
The, what's it called? The Ohigo face.
Yep.
That's really the biggest subculture going back to like secret languages that is now like so widespread is anime. Anime is just the thing that I don't really speak the language, man. Like and yet it is now more mainstream than ever.
I get I
used to be able to bully the anime kids and now they bully me.
I have a literal certificate that gets me a pass on not being up to date on my anime in the form of that production cell from Akira, where I'm just like, I've had my fill of anime. Here's my certificate of graduation.
Yeah, but like of all the shit that you probably even just get by osmosis is like having 3 daughters that are all into that shit. Like you probably just like, oh yeah, you've heard names of things that are popular and you're like, oh, okay, I could hum a few bars if somebody starts talking May to me.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. So I guess it's not looking good for you to come to Dragon Con?
Man, I'm not even.
I'm not even here right now, man.
I need to get to the end of the end of the week. I don't know. Yeah, we have to talk about it. We haven't talked about it. It's been busy. My father-in-law's in town. My mom shows up the end of next week after I get back from the Automatone concert.
Oh, that's right. How's the buzz?
Good. We've got apparently multiple people are going to be there to record it. The local CW affiliate is going to cover it.
It is a perfect story. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that they were the only one to bite. I'm gonna blast out the press release again.
Do you have pictures of?
Now I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the kids with their automatones, it's nuts. It's gonna be real fun. But Darren Kitchen's gonna come out.
Yeah.
We bought a limo. Fucking Heaton, man. This goddamn eccentric piece of shit. He's gonna drive me into the goddamn poorhouse trying to chase his eccentricities.
Yeah. Well, now you're like, this is a little bit tougher with a family.
Well, first it's like, okay, well, like, all right, I'm Andrew Heaton, and I promised that I would buy automatones for the entire band of my high school. And so somebody else says that she's going to do it. He's like, well, Justin, I'm going to buy 20 automatones. Now, they can probably just have 20 automatones, or you could also buy 20 automatones, and now everybody would have one to themselves. And I'm like, fuck it, fine. All right, so we buy 20 automatones. It's a couple $100. And then we're like, okay, well, we got to go. It's about 40 minutes out of town to get to this high school. And I'm like, I guess we're going to rent a car. And Heaton's like, a limo. We should get a limo. And I'm like, all right, I'll look for a fucking limo. Look for a limo. It's like, all right, Heaton. I think I'm going to scare him off because I'm like, all right, man, 3 hours of a limo on a Thursday night. It's going to be like $600. And he's like, great. I'm like, God damn it.
He says, great. Yeah, he's like, do you like that Justin's wallet? Do you like that? Who's your dad?
Meanwhile, my fucking wallet is making mug faces like,
Wallace is jerking off in the corner.
So yeah, we're gonna have a limo. We're gonna have a limo to go out to Thornton, Indiana.
Now, what is the limo really flummoxes me because, like, is he hoping for like paparazzi and stepping out and like, you're welcome for my largesse, my stingy, no good co-host here, complain the entire time. What do you think, Justin's wallet? Oh, that's right, you're dead.
Well, I mean, initially I was like gonna try to talk him out of it because I was like, all right, fuck it. It's one night. Let me just go to Hertz and let me just see what's like the fanciest car that I can. If I can get like a Hummer, like I'll just rent the Hummer. Like what he wants is a fancy car. We don't need a fucking limo. Like if it's a $200 rental for the night, like that's fine. It's not $600 that we're gonna spend on this shit. Nope, nothing in Indianapolis. They have no fancy cars in Indianapolis. Like it is all just Honda Civics. And so I'm like, all right, fucking fine. Whatever. We'll do the goddamn limousine. But it'll be great. You know, make it to the end of this week. See a bunch of kids playing automatones. It's going to be fun.
You got this.
Yeah.
Sure. Super easy.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be...
I can't believe you were at that party. I bet it was technically this morning.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. This morning. And then up and at them.
Up and at them. Up and at them.
Yeah, and now we're here doing an MVP.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It might
This
be.
has been
it might
pretty
be,
good.
I was
Yeah.
about to say it might be an MVP.
Tony the Tiger.
We've already gone places, and we'll go more places in the Bones. By the way, if you're digging this style in the main feed,
Yeah.
you should join us for the Bones, man. This is very bonesy.
It's a good time. Yeah.
Also, this week, bonus Bones. Can't say
Last week's Bones.
What? All I know is that this week there are 3 Bones episodes coming out this week.
Yeah, I don't know when we're gonna do this week's. It might have to be either Wednesday night or late.
You know what we could do?
We'll find out.
Because people are paying for the Bones. We can literally, if you have a drive or something, well, like our big threat, the whole reason that we called it Diamond Club was the idea of a special, actual conceit. So far, there's only one real member of
you
Diamond
want to know
Club.
what? I could do the Bones remote.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Bones remote would actually work on Thursday
Okay.
from Indy.
Yeah. And then we'll just do whenever. And then you could give me a boots on the ground report of wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the day before or after? Should
No,
probably make-
Thursday's that night. That's another, like, I'm literally going to some city for 1 day and flying out first thing the next morning.
Oh,
Although
so
I
you
suspect that it's
probably
going
don't
to be a
wanna
little
give the
bit less
report.
wild boozing. Like,
Fucking, wouldn't it be great if
just me and a bunch of 16-year-olds cracking, like, you know, they're having their first beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of Tony the Tiger. I can't stop thinking of Tony
I
the
can't
Tiger.
believe we threaded that needle. That well,
I mean, that's what
this
that's what that guy was saying when he was recording his sex tape.
I
I can't believe I'm threading this needle.
Oh, no. She was kind of skinny.
And his dick was
His
just
dick was
one
very floppy
fibrous.
and
It just
straight.
waved in the breeze.
Oh, I just realized that if we're doing this now,
Uh-huh.
that frees up my Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Because friend of the show, although I don't know if you've met him or hung out with him, John Maverick, local magician. He was president of the Magic Club. He does the Ren Fair all the time. You've probably seen his act. He is tight with Mr. Lifto, the amazing Mr. Lifto from the Jim Rose Circus Sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been wanting to get together. So I think we're going to go to Casino El Camino.
Oh, great.
And just hang out.
Just shoot the shit.
Just three. And it'll be weird because, like, I mean, you know, thank you, Age and Battle Scars. It's like we really will be just three sideshow grizzled veterans hanging
Talking
out
shop.
in a fucking
Yeah.
awesome dive bar in Austin talking about the good old days when we were doing freak show shit.
Dude.
How fucking rad is that,
That's
man?
awesome.
That was actually one of the things when I first started. I didn't know how to get on stage, but I just pictured people I respected getting up. And it's like, well, number one, they're not scared of 50 people in this dive bar, the Electric Lounge. By the way, Mike Henry, it's a wonderful, magical place. And then, second of all, you know, thinking about if a gig had gone bad, you know, they have stories to beat the band. And so, and now, I don't know, like I did the whole exercise of having imaginary conversations with them and them not at all being impressed and not at all hesitating to give their everything or their relaxed excellence to it. And now it's weird to be on the other side of that.
Yeah, dude. You're a pro.
Yeah.
You're a legend.
Yeah.
You're a staple.
This is your new
You're a
superpower
pillar.
is unironic praise, and I
Yeah.
just wilt and I retreat. I'm a cockroach. I'm just like sunlight, fluorescent.
I mean, I don't know. You gotta just pay attention to what time it is. Like you're that dude.
Yeah. Well, and that is something that
Like if you don't realize that, then you're literally just inviting pain in your life.
Oh yeah. No. It's time. It's time. Like, and luckily, I mentioned this a little bit on some of the live streams, but it's like at some point it's an insult to the Campbellian monomyth to not accept that at the age of 50, it's time for me to enter the beginning of my gentleman years, where I'm the guy who has done a lot of things and am an
Well, I
interesting.
think it's just the way that the world looks at you. Like that's like one of the biggest things that you figure out with age and maturity. Some people accidentally hit on it early in life, but that's almost a curse because you don't know why you did it, and so you lose the thread easier.
It's a like your scaffolding is fragile and
Well, you just don't know how you made it.
Yeah.
Like it happened to
you
pop
learn
up
no
there.
lessons.
Yeah. But
you
like,
couldn't do it again on purpose.
if you can align yourself with how the world sees you, a lot of things that are otherwise confusing become a lot less confusing.
Yeah.
And the less you are going to find yourself frustrated because you are just having a conversation correctly, as opposed to like this weird different version of it where it's like if you are doing a show, if you're doing YouTube stuff, you're doing a Mono Rogue episode and you're like, oh shucks, I'm a big fat idiot. No, and I'll never amount to anything. And it's like, You have 2 million sub channels. Like if you're not a success, then nobody's a success. And so like you have to show up and be like, yep, I did it.
And
I'm the guy that done did it.
What's interesting is I don't think it's bullshit to think of myself and to express myself as somebody who's deeply uncomfortable with the role of guy who legit had done some stuff. And as a result, I in that regard, it actually is comfort to be all like, well, at least I'm the beginner who knows nothing about this new role, and I'm trying to work my way through it.
Yeah, figuring out different shit that you can challenge yourself to. That's always it's a big part of life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just get stagnant and die.
Oh, you die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're too stagnant.
Yeah.
You're just still slowly rotting.
Yeah.
That's you rotting.
Dude, I saw the fucking coolest table on the planet today. So
Shit you only say when you're old. Shit you only say when you're old. You never said the sentence when you were 25. Shit you only say when you're old.
So
Go on. I'm fucking into it. Go.
As part of my regional IT manager, I've made friends with a fellow cool geek here in the neighborhood, which coincidentally has fiber everywhere. So it's a good time to be friendly with the neighbors. But his office has all of these. It was so fucking rad walking into his office and just seeing, just walls of every board games and books and figurines and totems. And it was like instantly, it was an extrovert's dream, because I just walked in and I was surrounded by conversational prompts all over the place.
Yeah.
And every one of them would be a common language that we could have. And there was one really great moment, Stephen King, let's talk about Dark Tower and stuff, pandemic. And he had a little baseball card for Frog Fractions too.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, oh, I see you're a man of taste.
Yeah.
And then later, upon another visit, there was this moment where, my ADD brain is scanning and I just froze and I was like, oh, Callie, this is a real one. And everyone's like, why? And I'm like, because I recognized just the tip of Arcana, the deck of cards. So, and he was like, oh my God, that's right. And he bought it like when I was on, he was somebody who bought something through Nextdoor. On Nextdoor, Bonnie says, my husband's on Fool Us. And he's like, Brian Brushwood, is that the guy from Scam School? Watches it and then gets on the radar and was like, cool deck of cards. Doesn't think about it for 10 years. Neighbor.
You're in. Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God. It was like, oh yeah. Anyway, at his place, I see a bunch of big boxes with the distinctive, fancy font for Wormwood, WIRM, that make gaming stuff, right?
Yeah.
They made the tack board that Pat gave me. And and I'm like, what you got from Wormwood? And he's like, oh, it's this table. Turns out he had been waiting a year on it. And this table is fucking dope. First of all, imagine 2 bits. First of all, this becomes a hexagon, 4 pieces, a trapezoid, a trapezoid, a trapezoid, a trapezoid. Yeah, that would be, no. And I guess it's a hexagon. And then you take and it's matching chairs and shit, all super nice wood that's going to last 150 years. There's magnets and stuff. So when it's game time, you pick up all of the slats and then you just you notch them down into these grooves. So in the corner, all the leaves sit there. And then in the center, it's recessed, kind of like a craps pit, right? Mm-hmm. The idea being, you're playing Warhammer or whatever game it is you play in there. And then when it's time to press pause and be a civilian, you just go pop, 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 and it's just a completely awesome table.
Gotcha.
And I thought that was as good as it get. And then he says, yeah, and then you got these, and he points. I was like, what is that? He's like, well, that one is a bottle opener. And I look, and he grabs it. He just goes, ka-chunk, and he pulls it off. And I recognize that it's magnets. So they have a whole system of add-ons. So six players can sit around, and you can have anything from, like, you know, I don't know, collection little basket things that you go ka-chunk, and they attach to the side. And then if you know, like,
But it's all modular.
it's all modular for whatever you need, whatever special doodads.
But this is like
your game needs.
a ultimate gaming table.
Yeah.
How much does it run?
He said, you know, from what he said,
I think I remember this. Was it a Kickstarter thing?
Yeah.
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 I think I remember this.
It became a life goal for me instantly.
Yeah.
He said that, you know, kind of like this is me talking. I'm talking to you. From what he conveyed, it sounded like a Starbucks thing where it's like you could figure out a way to spend a shit pot of money. But his ended up being close. He got the chairs. Again, matching wood on the chairs and the stuff ended up being around 10 grand, he said. And I'm like, worth it. Like, whatever else in life, you got that perfect gaming table worked out.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Are you I saw your eyes glaze over, and I don't think it's entirely because tables
I'm into it.
aren't interesting.
No, I'm into it.
Although I'm certain that's part
I'm ready
of
for
it.
another hour.
I'm doing great.
No, it's fine, Brian. Everything's great.
It's fine. All right.
Everything's awesome.
We'll wrap it up. I guess it is an MVP.
Why? What time are we at?
50 minutes.
That's not bad, right?
No. We'll do a bonus. We'll do.
Well, all right. Let's go. Let's do another 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it, man. I'm
Okay. We got lots of topics.
100%.
We got things we can't talk about.
No,
we got
no.
network stuff. We got tables.
We got tables.
We've got Ray.
So Andor, you're watching Andor. What are your thoughts?
I only gave myself 15 minutes of episode 1, and I'm like, this is great. I'm gonna enjoy this a lot. Good night.
Yeah.
I only got like 2 hours of sleep on Friday.
Because you've been uploading?
Yeah. Well, and uploading is one of those curious things where it's like guaranteed flow state for just ever, because each time you're setting up a download,
Yeah.
you know, you get to, well, it's kind of like editing. If you ever, you know, each little render is only, you know, it's only 1 minute, and then suddenly the sun is coming up.
Yeah.
Same thing when you're organizing just 20 years of files and stuff. Yeah, I was a little bit loopy and floaty by the end of yesterday, and then my last treat was turn on Andor, and I was like, this is great. Good night. Then, yeah. Got a solid 7 hours, and
Back at it.
yeah. Although
Back at the factory.
in that time,
Clocking in.
I learned how to
Start uploading. Another day, me. The router glows. You're so wise and funny, Brian. I love you, router.
I don't like how often
Uploading. Me uploading. He's Brian Brushwood hitting upload for all the 1080p footage that he needs to upload to this web tree.
Upload! All right, you know what? We are going to go out on that. All right. That was an MVP. That was also an MVP. Diamond Club hopes you've enjoyed this program.
Yes.
Get 4 times as much this week with you know what? 4 episodes this week.
Are we really doing?
No, well, there's 2 bones. This one.
Yeah.
And then the bones.
Okay.
So now's a good time to go to patreon.com/greatnight.